Welcome everyone. Welcome. Akasha here, Nan Akasha from nanakasha.com, and happy full moon. We're actually doing this activation, this meditation today on the full moon. So I'm going to be doing these every month, and we're going to do them usually a day or so before because we're in the full moon energy. Yet it gives you and me more time with the message that comes through. So this is a full moon meditation for October 2021, and it's a very auspicious time. I've just gone through another really major transformation, a breakdown on my metamorphosis. I truly believe that we are all here together in this metamorphosis, in this time of change that was prophesied by many different cultures and in many different ways, from science to which calls it the great societal reset. That's what we're in. All right, the time that we're in accelerated evolution, and we're seeing plants and animals go extinct faster because they're evolving faster. And yet we don't really understand what happens when something goes extinct. We've got cultures where we believe they disappeared overnight. The Anasazi, the Maya, many different places. And it looks like they just up and left, but there wasn't a volcano that covered them like in Pompeii. And what we're beginning to understand is that this is the grand transformation when the entire planet, and we see her, we see Gaia, we see our Earth, that our bodies is made of, okay? Science-wise, you've got to realize genetically you're more connected to Gaia than you are to anything else, to your ancestry. And Gaia is active volcanoes. I highly recommend you watch some of these videos of the volcano in the Canary Islands. I got bit by a lot of ants and had a very severe reaction. A year and a half ago, I got stung by some unknown shaman right in my face, and I ended up in an epic crisis. I died, had a near-death thing, went to the emergency room. I kept swelling. It spread all over my body, except not below my knees for some reason. And it was extremely scary. And I went through a profound transformation. It was a metamorphosis. When my business, my first business went out of business, it was a fashion design business in the 80s, because no one paid me. The economy collapsed and even the department stores went bankrupt and didn't pay me. And I was in complete shock. I'd done everything I thought I was supposed to. I worked hard. And I did very well. I had $1 million in sales the first year, and the 3.5 years in, I'm closing it down. The day that I'm getting a U-Haul to close my factory in LA, I'm in a car accident. They strap me to a board for 8 hours because they think I broke my neck. I developed panic attacks, which severely affected me for many years. Then I healed it for the most part by learning natural medicine. So it was my breakdown of the paradigm that I thought I was here to live. Be the good daughter, get the best grades, be all Europe in sports. And these are things, I was like a massive overachiever trying to please everyone because my core programs were really centered around I'm not good enough and I'm not safe and I'm not part of the wealth club. So even when I had success, and I've had a lot of success, I kept building businesses, making lots of money, and 3 years, 10 years, whatever, goes away, go through a divorce, had a daughter die. So if you look at your life like the hero's journey, instead of personally from within the pain and the grief, you can look when you get some distance and you can say, wow, that's really one of the best things that ever happened to me. I never would have thought to stop being that person. It broke down all my beliefs in a very painful but immediate way. And having to go through shame and guilt, the lowest conscious states on the scale, and victimhood, and just all kinds of things, right? You let yourself go. So if you look at the scale, and it's free in my shop, is the scale of consciousness. It's vibrational consciousness. It's your state. So the way you feel, the way you think, what you believe, what you look for, what you're willing to listen to, believe is there, react to, or say yes to. these are all affected. Your entire reality has been manifest out of the paradigm that you've been living in, which determines how, what kind of rate you vibrate at. Okay? And so we're vibrational beings, everything's energy. We know that. I didn't get that. Give me a second. My beautiful honey bunny set up a new little spot here for me, and I forgot to put the light in place. So to honor his loving support, there we go. I'll get my light. And so you can look at your life and you can read it. Everything is a voice, everything communicates, everything is a pattern, everything is a repetition, everything is an echo, everything is a reflection. So we're moving right now today. We are in the peak of the full moon. Literally, by the time we end this today, we will be at the peak of the full moon. And what does that mean? Well, you feel the full moon for a few days before and after, and even throughout the whole week, and you can start to move into that energy. Full moons have a lot of different meanings. Think about it though. It's ripe, right? It's full, it's illuminated, it's open. It's time to reap the harvest, to enjoy, to complete, and to get ready for the new. And so this is an Aries full moon, and all that I know, I mean, I know a little more, but essentially what all that means is that it's new beginning energy. We also have all these planets that were in retrograde, which just means that they look like they're going backwards, and we feel an energy of being stuck or miscommunication. So I've had, if you read my emails, I've had a massive breakdown, not like a mental hospital thing, spiritual. I see everything that way now, because every one of these things in my life that felt painful, that felt confusing, that didn't match what I thought I was, or what I thought I was meant to be, or the outcome that I was expecting, that I was tying my self-esteem to, that I was tying the possibility that this is possible for me or not. And my nature is to be positive, very, very clairvoyant, and very clairsentient, and I can see and feel things. And if you were like this as a child, most people get overwhelmed and you're not supported in it. And at some point you're told to stop being cute, talking to your imaginary friends, and get on with being practical. Well, that idea of being practical is very ingrained in me, which I appreciate now, because I had to come full circle and come back to I call it spirituality, my personal growth, my energy, my understanding of why I'm here, my purpose, how do we manifest, why do certain things happen? I mean, why does your daughter die? It's painful. Who would choose that shit, right? Why does a relationship end? Why did it end that way? But here's the biggest thing, is we're literally like the hero, the heroine on that path. You know that the heroine isn't just going to walk to the corner, meet Prince Charming, make $1 million while she sits at home and creates and chants mantras and is this and that and that and this, and everything is perfect. We have to start looking within. So this is a new beginning today for you to look within. I want you to take the moment and say, what is my new beginning? And if you haven't felt Mercury retrograde, which just began to turn around, that energy is going to be building yesterday, and Jupiter, which is my planet, which is the big happy planet of luck and positivity and goals and yumminess, that also turned direct. What does it mean? We're having forward movement. You're going to start feeling little things let go of you that maybe were holding you back. So for me, the moment Mercury retrograde started this month, and this is really unusual because I'm an energy worker. I've been working for 35 years on myself and with others, and teaching and studying with shamans and having all these experiences. And I'm every day, that is my entire day, is what kind of energy is around me. I finally was able to unpack some of my my things. This is Ishel. She's our moon goddess. She's the Mayan moon goddess. The snake, the serpent, is the sacred serpent on her head, showing enlightenment, an awakened eye, a connection to source, remembrance in the flow of your purpose. It means that you are aligned with your purpose. The Egyptians used something similar. The snake is a very sacred symbol to almost all cultures. And the snake also holds the sacred geometrical shape for life as the sun feeding life, this square or X or diamond shape. And she's the moon goddess, and that's about fertility. So this is the moment of you're fertile. Now, don't think it has anything to do with being pregnant. It might, but it's very rare, okay? This is for all of us, all genders, all ages, okay? You're fertile. That means that you're full of, if you're like me, shit's been coming up, like old fears and old, just heavy energies. And in my light body energy and infinity light weaving and other ways of working with energy that I teach and I share with my clients, we accept the energy that's coming up. We don't go, oh no, I'm not thinking about that because then I'll manifest more of it. That's old, new age. You are evolving very quickly. You don't need to be afraid of your own self or your own thoughts or your own energy. So I want you to begin to feel that full moon around us. We call on Ishel to come and be with us and to guide us, showing us. She pours, there's usually depicted water coming here. She's pouring this down over us. And the rabbit in the moon is also one of her symbols, which is that loving, prolific. So what is this? This is an energy for you to enter. Aries being a very strong, very confident, very fire. Okay, these are the energies. I want you to start to tune into them. It's very important. The more that you're aware of the energies that are going on in the present moment, the more your life is going to become a conscious experience, a conscious journey of you moving forward step by step, moment by moment, into this incredible present moment awareness. That is the closest way to get to enlightenment, which means a lighter state, a higher frequency. That means you're not thinking and feeling. Willingness is a state, and then there's trust comes in and inspiration comes in, and you feel like you can make intentions, and suddenly you're an active co-creator. Well, Aries is here to make that, bring fire to that, okay? Bring fire and confidence and action, but you're going to ease into it, all right? So the full moon today has been telling us that we're completing some heavy duty shit. So I want you to think of it, just for ease, as this decade is the birth. This is the metamorphosis. So we are 2 years in. We've been through the threshold and we're through the first year almost now. And so let's say that we're the metamorphosis. Think about the caterpillar, weaves the cocoon and starts to break down. Starts to lose its legs and its shape and its skin, and everything just breaks down to a base essence of energy, but it's still holding the frequency of that caterpillar, of that consciousness. And it knows, it's seeded with what to do next, what to become. The imaginal cell, this part of you within you, says, oh, okay, the breakdown is over. It's time to become. And you start feeling a little bit more energy rather than being in this. Well, I've been in this really deep. So Mercury is a messenger, and it has, whatever has happened for you over the last 3 weeks or so, has been very much a part of Mercury's messages for you. Often they're review, slow down, and in my channeled message back then, Mercury told us reflect. So I began to do that. I began to say, okay, what do I need to reflect on? What do I need to see that I am creating a reflection of? Because now that frequency I've been talking about is determined by your thoughts and your feelings and your actions. What things you're still attached to, meaning are you still carrying anger towards your ex, or wishing you'd been a different mom, or wishing that this hadn't happened, or blaming yourself. Whatever it is, those low states, those low energies are attached to you somewhere in your mind or your emotions or whatever. They come from other lives within your soul. They come from your ancestry and your DNA. They come with you in many ways. They're developed and reinforced through this life. So if you see your journey as the hero's journey, and you realize you're at a very important moment, the hero's journey is like a circle. All right, you start here, ordinary world, essentially. This is Joseph Campbell studied stories and cultures all around the whole planet and discovered this underlying theme. Whether it was Egyptian or Greek or Mayan or Scandinavian, didn't matter. This same pattern, and it is who we are. We are here as the center point, the character writer and director of our lives, but we weren't told that. And we came in programmed to do certain things that may have been supported or not, and then to do things to please other people and be something that fit into society. Well, guess what? We're in the grand transformation. We're in the metamorphosis. We're in the breakdown phase. So we're losing our idea of who we were, how we work, how we go to school, where our consciousness is raising so quickly. People are looking around going, wow, we shouldn't treat women this way. We shouldn't treat other people this way. We should, like, this is rising up. Now we're also seeing polarity, right? We're seeing people go more to the light, more expanded, more loving, more free-based, and people going more into fear and wanting to tell everybody what to do and lock everybody down and all these different things. And that's not a comment on the lockdown for the pandemic, okay? Energetically, more rules, more restrictions, more control, more blame, more you're wrong and I'm right and I'm not even going to think about it, right? You have to realize you don't have to be polarized to either one. Your goal is to rise above that by accepting who you are and realizing right now in this moment, as we go into this meditation, you have an opportunity to say, I accept who I am, who I was designed to be, and everything I've done, and everyone and every situation in this life and any other part of my soul. You might call it past lives, you might call it other lives. I'm going to be doing something on past lives here before the end of the year. It's going to be extremely profound, like a corridor of going through your past lives or parallel lives and other parts of your soul, other parts of you. And you've had different experiences, you have different wisdoms, skills, and talents, and you have common fears and pains that are holding all of you back. So enter this today saying, I'm entering a state of new beginnings. That's where I am. It's just a fact. It has nothing to do with whether I'm good enough, smart enough, I've tried hard enough, or anything else we were told, okay? It's time for you to accept. You came here on a mission. That mission is fully funded. Fully funded means you weren't sent here to suffer, punished, be alone, make mistakes, not be the one that gets this, and all these other ideas of denial, punishment, retribution, not enoughness that we've been playing with on the planet for a long time. We're the ones. You chose to be here because you said yes. It's going to be tough. It's going to be weird. It's going to be unusual. It's going to be sad. It's going to push all my buttons. But guess what? We want those pushed. Every breakdown I've had, I can see the diamond inside. My daughter told me that. Look for the diamond inside. Everything is opportunity. Everything is opportunity. So whether you're like, I like this or I don't like this, or I could have had the money sooner, or this would have been better if it was easier, or whatever, just accept what is, because it's what is. When we fight with what is, when we argue with it's not fair, or why isn't it this way, or that person should have done this, or that should have happened, we remove the opportunity, we remove the power in the metamorphosis. We have to let go of the old way you saw, thought, especially of yourself and what you think you're worthy of. Some of the things that happened to me during Mercury retrograde, which just kept pulling more of this energy, which it's like I said, I was communicating with spirit and I said, well, what percentage is my vibration? I used to do very deep energy work in France with a lady called radionics. We use a Faraday cage and scientific pendulum work, which is extremely difficult and requires purity of focus. You have to become a clear channel because every little thought or emotion will affect the pendulum. So we were analyzing people's systems from cells, kidney, circulatory, brains, to chakras, to subtle bodies, everything from 0 to 100 to get this picture of what the person or animal. We were treating people all over the world from her home in the south of France. And vibrational medicine doesn't require you be there because we're all vibrational. And when we have your DNA, even when we don't, but it's easier to think about when we have a little piece of your hair, then you're connected to that. There is no separation between you and any other part of your frequency. So entanglement, it's called in science. And we have the ability to change our frequency. This is your moment to release all the things that have been holding you back and to say, I'm complete. So I broke my toe getting out of the ocean on a rock. And I had so many miscommunications. It was mind-boggling. Renovating my house, and I asked my contractor. I designed everything. I designed the pool. It's really organic and awesome with all these features. And I'm a designer, so I'm looking at the curve from the balcony above, and the energy has to be just right. And I'll go down and I'll be like, we need to make this curve just a little more, like this. And so I asked him to raise a step, and he thought, bring the step forward. So I came home that day, and he had moved the step forward. So it's not the end of the world, but it was work that he didn't have to do. And there were some other communications I watched manifest before me on my texts. Then I got these ant bites, and I started to go into another experience. So I have allergies, and I have had a few times in my life where it was severe and I had to go to the hospital, but not all the time. I didn't even carry a pen. So I ended up in the hospital for 12 hours. They kept giving me stronger and stronger IV steroids, and it didn't stop the poison at all. This was a year and a half ago. And when they released me, this was end of June, beginning of July. And on the fourth eclipse of that time, on July 4th, I died and came back through a near-death experience of several weeks of traveling consciousness. I realized after the fear left, because my lips and my mouth and my eyes were swelling shut as they're letting me out of the hospital and saying, go home, get away from here. It was like the hero's journey. You start at the top, you're called out of the ordinary world. All these things happen, magical people show up, your fairy godmother comes, right? You start to go through love and passion, and you have different experiences. And then you come to a low point, meaning you go to the deepest level. Maybe you die a death in a relationship, or to a belief you had. A lot of beliefs died when my daughter died, and I felt lost and alone, and I hated everything. So there was a deep, dark space I had to walk through my grief and my fear and my regret. When you're carrying guilt or shame or victimhood of any kind, it's the lowest possible energy. Blame is the lowest possible energy. So the longer you blame yourself or someone else or something else or some condition, the more you're just attaching your energy to it and letting it drag down. So if I'm at 82%, then that other 18% is there in me somewhere. It comes up sometimes, and boy, this was the moment. The message from Mercury was, for me, was we're digging this up. And I manifested root problems in my body, and this bites that started to swell, but they didn't spread this time. And I had already had the medicine, and I knew what to do, and I was doing my vibrational medicine, but it was like, do I go to the hospital or not, in this moment? And I just turned immediately and did the acceptance. I said, okay, this is happening, shit. I started packing myself in ice, doing all my homeopathics and my energy work and everything to support the steroids. And I'm coming through about day 4 now. I'm not sure. Yesterday I got another bite, so it flared up again. And I accepted it immediately as, oh, okay, we're doing another big metamorphosis. And I could see the pattern that this whole Mercury retrograde, 3 weeks or whatever it's been, this energy I've been walking in. So it's like you're walking through a certain part of the forest. Sometimes there's sun, sometimes it's dark, right? Sometimes it's hilly, sometimes it's, not even cleared. Energy of where we've been has been reflect, review, look at this, let's dig this up, and coming up for you in whatever way. So know that that is now wrapping up. And so the beauty is, what is the message? I'm ready and willing to release whatever has been brought up, whatever no longer serves me. I'm ready to enter my illuminated portal of the full moon. I'm ready to engage with the magical guides. Because what happens when you go through the low pain, death, quote unquote, type experience in your hero's journey, now you start to come back out. But it's not just like, oh, now I'm going to save the princess and everything's great. There's always another battle that happens that tries to pull you back in. Maybe that's where you are. That's what these are. The more you raise your frequency and these old things come up, you want to grab them. You want to say, hey, come on in. This is fantastic. I'm so glad you showed me where you were. I didn't know where you were hiding in there. It's time for us to clear the house completely and rise up higher and higher. You don't need to judge yourself, because that just drags you back down again. So maybe you can look at what's been going on for you a little differently. Maybe you can begin to open now and love and accept Mercury as a messenger that is simply doing the very best, what is optimal for you at this time, for each of us at this time, which is why we have to unhook from everybody else's story. Whether other people love or like you, whether other people approve of your spirituality or anything else that you do, or that you want to quit your job, or that you don't want to do this or that, it is your life, it is your body, and you're the one inside. You're the creator. So as you enter the new beginnings, Aries is telling you, is giving you this mindset, okay, of I am awesome. I'm the first. It's the first sign. So it's like, yeah, baby. And it's this big ram or whatever, right? With the big horns on the head. Like, yes, manifesting fire. Now tune into Gaia and call in Pele, that volcano energy. I was chanting for hours and hours, at least 8 hours a day. I love chanting, but I had gotten away from it since I've moved in 4 months ago in my new house. It's been construction, and it's creative and it's wonderful and it's manifesting in front of me, and it is the most fun. But I have people here 6 days a week for 4 months. I've barely been alone in my own house, and it's, a disaster area all the time. Nothing's been able to be unpacked or organized, and it's adding to this, I'm ready to be done. So they're completing this week, and we are going to be able to get in our pool, I think, in a week or so. And the sanctuary, the land that called me here, the Alush, the nature spirits, the earth, this is what I asked for, was to be drawn to a sacred place. That was the place for me to create as a sanctuary for us, to be ourselves and to heal us, the planet, the earth, the world, you, and to bring people here for the retreats and do this. So all these things in my life I can see, even with the flare-ups and these problems, I had to sit inside of it. I had to accept the pain. I had to accept the absolute loss of any connection to hope. Right? That being in that place where you're just like, doesn't matter, everything sucks. Everyone's gonna screw me. I can't trust anyone. I blew it. This is wrong. That's wrong. That I literally could tell that my patterns, these fears came up and they clouded my ability to perceive. You're perceiving, receiving, communicating all the time, okay? Become an intuitive communicator, please. Really focus on that. It's very important, because you need to be in the moment, listening to the moment-to-moment directions from spirit, from guidance, from stones, from crystals, from the celestials, from the trees, from the ants, right? Everything is talking to us. So you're moving into a new beginning, If you let Aries lift you up, if you let Pele, this volcanic energy, you know within you something has been wanting to change, wanting to take shape, wanting to form. A volcano is new earth, literal new earth. How cool is that? I'm going to do a call later this week maybe on that, tuning into this volcanic energy. So chant, look at that. I just would stare at the screen and chant with all my chants all around me, and just some of my crystals out, and just feeling like talking to the earth and calling in the energies, thanking the ant spirit, and asking for whatever is ready to move, to transform. I'm ready to align with my highest good and that which is optimal for me at this time. So thank you so much to everybody who sent me beautiful, beautiful texts and emails and love and healing. I truly appreciated some of you sharing some of your stories, some of the things you're going through. I love that. I love that. We're in this together. We're each on our own path. We can't compare. I'm not better than you. You're not better than that person. That person's not better than you. We can see somebody get visions. Like I used to see people get visions. I didn't get visions. And I would get jealous, and I would blame myself, and I wouldn't feel good enough, and I was craving it. And then I look at the scale now and I realize, look, I was stuck down here in addiction. I was addicted and craving and disappointment. I was stuck in this loop. I want it. Why can't I have it? I want that. You want to be inspired by it. Wow, I want to have visions like that. And then go, wow, what would that be like? And go immediately back into your own energy stream. So we are creating for you, okay, for you. All right, namaste. Let's have our beautiful meditation. I want to start by this being an invitation to tune into the energies that are with you and around you, the ones we just talked about. So we've got Aries, and we are in a sacred infinity healing chamber. Today I have Buddha, my happy Buddha here, Ishel, our Mayan goddess of the moon, fertility, the rainbow, creation, women, this divine feminine energy. The moon is typically very feminine, and it's also can be masculine, but this is the day it's called to be feminine. Here is this beautiful healing floor right here, enormous heart chakra. Nestled right here is some jasper, which is very protective and has other earthing and grounding qualities. We have turquoise for our beautiful communication, malachite, which is very prosperous, very earth and healing as well, citrine for clarity. We have a pyramid, which is a generator, right, an ascension and generator shape, with copper crystal, spiral, and amethyst, which is a crown chakra. So this is helping to open this so you have clear communication to your higher self. And through that, you have communication to all the other parts of you, other lives, to the infinite field, to guides such as guardian angels or nature spirits. And we have our rose quartz for love and heart. And our pillar, this is a very confident. Now, one other energy asked to come. This is a deck called the Divine Feminine Oracle by Megan Watterson. And one of my clients has had this since we were in Arkansas together, and she sends me readings and pulls from this a lot. So I finally got one, and I unpacked some of my things because I said, well, I need to tune in. I realized very quickly that one of the reasons that these things were coming up for me is that I had become consumed with the outer creation of what's happening in the house at the expense of taking care of myself. So I was swimming and going for walks and meditating and creating and working with clients. It's spiritual work, but I wasn't supporting myself with my environment and with these different practices. So the Divine Feminine Oracle for today's full moon meditation is Shekinah, the presence of the Divine Feminine. All right, and this is from this card deck I just told you about. And what's beautiful about this is it's basically the aspect of God or source or the infinite or the void or all that is, the feminine aspect. So in order for us to manifest anything, we have to have a masculine and feminine. It's not about sex and people. It's about polarities, polar energies that cross, the sacred weave. And it's at the center of everything, there is light, and I am that light. And that's basically what you're here. There's nothing but light in everything. So here she says, we are molecules of heaven in human form, and we can experience this light that we are. So to me, this is another beautiful energy for our meditation today on the full moon, October 20th, 2021. These energies are encoded onto the recording. So anytime you re-listen to this, it doesn't have to be the full moon. It could be when you want these energies, or you want this communication, or you want this energy of new beginnings. All right, so feel free to close your eyes when you feel ready. Take a deep breath in, up through your nose, very slow. Feel it, watch it, sense it pass over your third eye, between your eyebrows, up into your forehead, and pour across your head. Let it go like you're letting go of water, and it's pouring down through your brain, body, your aura, your mind, and your emotional field, cleansing, clearing, purifying. And down and out, follow the flow with your awareness, down through your feet and into Gaia. And go deeper and deeper into Gaia. Gaia, your mother, your sister, your body is made from this. Gaia, who holds you and who holds love, pure, divine, feminine, acceptance, receptivity. I love you no matter what, and I want, and I'm ready to receive all of those energies you feel are too low, no good. I want them. Bring them to me. Tapping your toes. She's tapping your toe, your big toe, little taps, almost like opening a little door, and just tapping so that some of these energies start to come out. So as Gaia is doing this, take another deep breath in through your heart center. Feel it coming in from behind, in front, from the sides, into the heart. Hold it there, watch it, and say, I'm ready and willing and open and receptive. And let the breath out the same way, front, back, sides, pulsing and expanding out to be aligned with my highest good. Relax. I now am here, a clear and open channel. I enter this sacred space, this temple of lunar light, this divine feminine temple, aligning with Shekinah, the divine presence of pure, feminine, intuitive, creative, loving flow. Relax, feel, and sense this light enveloping you, as if you're standing in the center of this luminous sphere, the full moon. Say, I am the light, and within everything is the light, and I now see, connect, accept the light within me. Feel and sense this message going from you, this declaration as the creator of your reality, going out, tiny waves, little messages, phone calls, emails, out, out, out. I am that I am, and I am infinite. Send the message out, out, out through your light body to your mind and your thoughts. Send it out through your soul. I am love, and I am light, and I am in my divine flow. As you keep declaring, more and more parts of you stop Become still. Drop the old programs and messages, the old plan and schedule, the old blueprints. We call on the elements, the celestials, Gaia, and the nature spirits to surround us as we move through this divine journey into our new beginnings. Around you, you feel the ancestors, the crystal kingdom, the floral kingdom, the trees, the standing people. You feel the water, pure, sweet, the geysers, the waterfalls, the salty oceans. You feel the fire deep within Gaia, pulsing, creating new earth, ready to blow away the old, to break down the shape and rise up. I call on Aries energy to know that I am the one here to live my life. I am here on a fully funded mission. I know that I am designed this way on purpose. I accept, I accept, I accept. Feel the fiery stirrings of the new creations, the new you, the new life, the new way of being, the new relationships with yourself and your body, the new ways of manifesting and creating. Burning, stirring, but ready. Like a cake that's been being mixed and tested and remixed, and the recipe changed through time and lifetime and ups and downs. And you see now the remains of everything that you have reflected on until this moment, laying around you. A failed recipe because its time is done. You feel your beautiful inner pulse, your truth pulsing in your forehead, your heart, your higher self enveloping you, your body intelligence rising out, beginning to connect you to this illumination, creating a life grid of light. Your heart is asking you to say, I am infinite light. And as infinite light, I accept the clarity, and I will now be a clear and open channel. I allow my acceptance to move into harmony, letting go and transcending the past. Thank you, Mercury, for your messages. Guide me now to the stars. Thank you to the power, to the positivity, to the fortune and prosperity of Jupiter under my feet, lifting me up, rising with the full moon, sinking into this light, the journey of life, infinite life. I am infinite light, and I'm ready to create my infinite life. You now feel around you an opening, a square with an X in the center, It is the divine star. It is the solar symbol. It is the sacred path of enlightenment. X marks the spot, the center of creation. Are you ready to be the creator? Actively co-creating your new beginnings. You have been invited here into this sacred space. You will know when it is time to listen, to open your higher heart and remove the dark clouds shrouding your truth. The truth is, you are light. Whether you are glowing, shiny, silver, soft, like the crescent moon, or whether you're bold and burning, like the full moon rising, orange and rosy, reflecting the sunset in perfect balance with the above and the below, with the masculine and the feminine, with the creating and the destruction in the infinite cycle. Are you ready to reclaim your power to create? The fire is here. You have created within you. You know what's next. You must trust. You must enter the infinite self. You can only enter as infinite light. You can only enter accepting. You are the creator of your infinite life. Relax as Shekinah, the presence of the divine feminine, glows around you. The moon goddesses and the spirit of the rabbit. The strength, focus, and sure-footedness of Aries, looking up, climbing ever higher, leading you up. The fortune and prosperity of Jupiter under your feet, lifting you, transcending, accepting, expanding, illuminating. Enter, see, and ask to connect to infinite light within everything, everywhere, in every time, space, dimension, and every life, in the mind, body, emotion, spirit, in the finances, in the relationships, in people, in the past, in your body, in your money, in your job, in your bed, in your jewelry, in your dog, in your land, in the government, in the schools, in the past traditions and the new pathways. Light is within all. Pele, the volcano goddess, the aspect of Gaia that will melt and accelerate your metamorphosis, like the lava breaking and melting the old forms, solid rock from eons of time, melting, exploding, becoming pure essence, so that you can mold it into your new life. Rise up with Jupiter, be supported by these divine light elements. Shekinah, I am the light, the infinite light. Lead me, I accept. Enjoy your full moon, new beginnings, until I bring you back. The light asks for your full attention. Look where your mind or your energy or your body is distracting you and pulling you from being fully in the light. Accept it. Be encompassed by it. Let it infuse you, enlighten you, raise you to a new portal for your new beginnings. As these energies are shifting around you, see if you can perceive the shapes, the colors, the beautiful flowers and sacred geometrical shapes that are moving around you and through your field, responding and connecting you like a new grid into a higher state. Now, the sacred flow of life force within you asks you to shed the old, the way that the sacred serpent sheds, molts, releases, emerges shiny and new, the way the volcano walls fall apart and melt, and new earth, new land is created, rich with potential, the richest earth on soil on earth that can grow and feed. This is you. Shed the old, give permission to yourself to merge fully with the light, and let this volcano energy, this massive upheaval and metamorphosis, this transformation, this melting within Gaia, within your cells, within your heart and your chakras and your mind and your emotions throughout your whole body, accept it, melt down, receive, feel the richness of what is within you, ready to be molded by you into a new life. What is your truth? What is your purpose? Open to it now. Shed the old. Emerge. Infinite light. Infinite life. Infinite self. So as you're receiving energy, you're starting to take action. If you feel like you want to move your body, your neck, you feel like you want to breathe, Aries energy is bringing this light deeper and deeper into your body, and you're feeling the flow. You're feeling this new potential within you. All of that fire, all of that confidence, accept it. Let it move through your knees and your joints into your feet. Feel Gaia, feel Jupiter, feel the solidity under your feet. You are supported in these new beginnings. You are guided. The light, the Shekinah, the intuitive feminine, the divine throughout the ages, the loving, creative force. Move forward, feel it pumping through your veins and into your lungs, into the cells and down your arms, into each finger. Yes. Breathe it in, bring it, accept it through your throat chakra, clearing, cleansing, moving the neck. Now you feel each of the energy centers coming to life. In your 8 original cells at the base of your spine, you say, I am safe, and I open my root to receive the light, to receive the guidance, to receive the abundance, to receive this support, this energy, this fire. I am safe to receive this fire, and I pull it and receive it. Fully in the feminine, receive, pull it through your root into your womb and your sacral, expanding your creativity, rising into your solar. You feel yourself rising now. The moon, the sun, the power within, merging into your heart, blooming, opening. The higher heart, releasing the darkness, the throat, dropping the shackles, and the tree of life begins to grow and expand, a new network of light and love, creating a new life through the eyes, the cheeks, the ears, the brain, the third eye, the crown, up into your higher self, out into the infinite. Accept the strength. Harmonize. Receive through your root from the light, from Gaia, from your earth star, from the crystals and the animals. Feel yourself one with this biosphere, one with the light. Relax into your body. Let your shoulders drop back and down. The heart opening. I am the creator of my reality. I am here, designed on purpose. I accept myself. I am here, aligned with my highest good, moment to moment, receiving that which is optimal for me at this time and each moment. My truth is like a crown on my head, an antenna connecting me to this light. I am the radiant light of the infinite. And I am the creator of an infinite life. Feel it in your hands, in your cells, in your mind, in your womb, in your heart, in your belly. I am the fire, and I am the water, and I am the above, and I am the below, and I am the light within the light, within the light. I am that I am, and I accept that which I am. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Become aware of your body and feel, actively accept with great gratitude this amazing experience, realignment, passageway, healing, journey, message, and recalibration. Be in the light, sit with this, absorb it. Make sure you listen to it again to really understand. Repeat at least 3 times to get the depth of this moment and fully integrate being the creator of your life. For new beginnings are here. It is the easiest time to step into the unknown, to be that which you were designed to be. Make sure you take notes on this and share with me. I would love to hear your experience. Please join me for the Intuitive Manifesting one-day retreat this Saturday. It was meant to be last Saturday, and I got my ant bite new death experience opened. So as I accepted that and had to let go of the agenda to show up and do it when agreed, and realizing some people's schedules would change and they'd get to come and some people's wouldn't, and that it was all going to unfold in the optimal way for everyone involved, I immediately fell into the full moon, and I fell into the Mercury ending and the Jupiter and everything going direct, and the energies that were shifting, and that I was entering a tunnel, a wormhole of metamorphosis within the overall journey, and that I needed to be rebirthed in order to lead this manifesting. So we're going to have step by step how to manifest anything you want. You're going to have all the recordings and the steps. And we're going to have this new beginnings energy. We're going to be in the full moon energy. We're going to be in the new beginnings energy, the fire energy, the Pele energy, all of these manifesting, and in the Shekinah, in the radiant light of all that is the infinite. So this is what we're moving into. I invite you. You can go to shop.nanakasha.com. You'll see it there. There's also a link there over to another page if you want more information. We've extended the sale. It is very affordable, and we're happy to help you in whatever way. I hope I'll see you there. That was wow. I'm so enjoying being able to bring together all of these energies and share with you in the moment. From now on, my life is going to be moment to moment, even more than before. Moment to moment, honoring the energy in this moment, that it's time for me to lay down and to listen to the burning in my body, to wonder why I'm poisoning myself, or my muscles are contracting around my neck and shoulders, literally as if somebody is squeezing and strangling me. I've had to have a massage therapist come 3 times to literally sit for 2.5 hours and work all these muscles in my jaw. Everything tightened up, almost as if my body had separated from my head and it had gone into rigor mortis, or I was being strangled. So energies that come up in these intense times is coming up to be transformed. You can know that whatever it is, it's going to transform. It may be uncomfortable, you may be uncertain, it may be sad, but realize those are states of consciousness that you've attached a meaning to. And I went through a really epic experience about 4 years ago. I was taken out of my body. I was moving from the pool to the jacuzzi at a condo we were living in. I rounded the corner and I didn't remember anything. And apparently I was lifted up and dropped directly on my face on the pavement, smashed my face. This is where this little scar here is from. And was unconscious for a while, had stitches, and felt kind of okay. In the morning, I woke up and one of my clients contacted me. and said, get in bed, get in bed, get in bed. You're going to have an epic experience. You're going through a massive upgrade. There's these huge light beings all around you, and you have to get in bed and act like you've just had surgery. You have to really take care. And I'm like, no, I'm feeling okay, but how did you even know that this happened to me? And literally within 10, 20 minutes, the concussion hit, because I went down like this. I didn't, I just went straight smash. And it was 3 or 4 days. I couldn't speak, talk, see, move. Chris was thinking he was going to have to fly me to some facility for people who can't do anything. And the whole time I was in pure bliss, because I knew I was having this upgrade. And I knew my body was going through pain, and my body was going through all kinds of things, and that the outcome was uncertain. But I stayed out of that. I left my state, my consciousness. This is a manifesting tip. Instead of going through that physical pain, discomfort, and uncertainty of what's going to happen or how or when, I had to go through that either way. But what I thought it meant and how I experienced it changed everything. If I had been in the fear, if Chris had been coming in, oh my God, I think you're going to die and I'm going to have to do this. And he knows better to never tell me anything. Do not tell me. I'm immediately going back in time. I'm immediately changing the energies. I'm immediately going back up before I burned my arm or before something happened. I'm tuning into the optimal energies. I'm accepting. I'm going, okay, what's this? Okay. Well, we're going down this way. I don't know why, but I got to be present, because I don't want to be sucked into fear and blame. I don't want to be living in shame and misery. I don't want to feel like a victim. I don't want any of that anymore. Now, does it mean that comes up? Yes, because that's the pattern. It's going to try to pull you in. Right? And that's why manifesting isn't like, oh, I just thought of it and it was here. Sometimes that happens, right? However, mostly it's I thought of it. As soon as I start thinking about losing weight, I'm really going to get serious about losing weight. I'm eating more and I put on 10 pounds, right? And it almost happens subconsciously or something like that. That's this thing. You're releasing yourself from old energies so that your frequency can get higher on the scale. The more you just go, oh, okay, this is what I'm in. There's a reason for it. I'd rather be present instead of blaming and angry and full of fear. I sit with it. I accept it. I watch it. And then I'm grateful and happy. And that one, I was really blissed out. I would lay there going, thank you, thank you, thank you. I probably look like a crazy person. But it was phenomenal. And everything you're going through, regardless of, and I send you deep, deep love, whatever you're going through. There's a reason. There's not a reason for you to be punished, and it's not retribution for something you did wrong. It's because you are falling apart, you are breaking down, you are breaking through, you are changing from a caterpillar to a butterfly. You are not going to know who you are. The caterpillar does not have the consciousness of something that can fly 3,000 miles. Okay? The consciousness is completely different. So if you think you are going from being the caterpillar, everything you think you know about who you are, what you can be, the light that you are, isn't even an iota of what the truth is. And as you raise your consciousness, as you let go of these things, as you just say, okay, this is falling apart, what's the best place to be? Accept it, ask and receive the love, root yourself. That was really important. Did you feel that? Rooting and receiving. This is where I found that my physical issues in this area are actually, not that this is a duh, it's kind of a duh, but the deeper understanding of I'm literally have cut off. I'm afraid to root. I'm creating a sacred space, but there's fears, the old ancient fears of it's not safe. I got to run and something might happen and someone might take something from me and whatever. Those things are in there and they're preventing me from really rooting, from completely accepting this place and this beautiful sacred sanctuary. And as it's closer and closer to completion, to literally manifesting in front of me, the more the fears came up, the more intense. So the part of the hero's journey where you rise from the dead and you're escaping the dungeon and the demons are still coming after you. Okay, that's these parts of you that rise up again and try to stop you. They rise up again and say, wait a minute, you told me for all these decades and all these lifetimes not to let you have prosperity because someone will kill you for it. Because this happened in another life and this happened over here and that person took money from you and so on and so forth, right? And you didn't manage it well and you failed and you didn't make good choices and whatever the story is. Okay, so wow. Okay, wow, this was amazing. Please let me know what you think and come now take a look in the shop because there's a lot of wonderful things there. And this week what we're going to do is we're going to talk with Gaia, we're going to talk with the volcanoes, we're going to really go even deeper into that energy. Pele energy is what I call it. Pele is the volcano goddess of Hawaii, and we sort of use that way of connecting. We have an incredible goddess sanctuary, different journeys, messages, and experiences with different divine feminine presences like Pele, and we're going to be putting her on sale, and we're going to be calling her in. So watch there. We're going to have some incredible things happening. Like I said, we're going into past lives, and we're really looking at becoming the manifestors. So what we did today was a massive key. I'm going to tell all my people in my Intuition Awakening and Accelerator and all the people who are coming to the Intuitive Manifesting Retreat to do this activation today 3 times. I'm going to do it myself as well. So we're going to see if we can put together, give you a transcript, give you the audio with music, and if we are, we'll send that to you. So make sure that you get subscribed so you can see the link and get notifications, or come to nanakasha.com and join my community. All right, so hello Anne and Key Air, and hello Jennifer and Nabila, and Sandra, and Fitness for the Soul, Pamela, and Jewel, Precious Jewel. And thank you, much gratitude for wisdom and perspective, just what I needed to hear today. Thank you, Nabila. Lots of kisses and love to you too. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Anne. So amazing and filled with gratitude. Me too. I love this deck. I know I really haven't used it much because we've been living like nomads, and I have a lot of responsibilities, taking care of my beloved and everything. So I'm feeling the need to completely immerse myself. And like I said, I'm just chanting all day, and I'm pulling cards, and I'm doing readings, and I'm talking to Metatron. And this afternoon, Sandalphon is an angel of Atlantis, and I are going to be doing some very specific manifesting work. So there's a lot of really cool new energies that are coming in just this week that are going to be a part of our Intuitive Manifesting Retreat. Woo, woo, woo. So, all right, let's close with some gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We give great thanks to ourselves, to all those parts of us, to Gaia, and to this amazing volcano, to this new creation, to Aries and the full moon and the new beginnings, and to Jupiter and to Mercury and to Ishel and Buddha and all of our beautiful guides and loving angels, to all aspects of life and form and out on all levels, all parts of me. I accept lovingly the parts that are aligned for my highest good. I walk in my purpose, illuminated. I am the light, and the radiant light is within me and everything. At the center of everything, there is light. I see it. I connect to it. I accept it. I am light. May this circle be open yet unbroken, and this light go with us in our thoughts, our words, our touch, our steps, our taste, our smell, our thoughts, our creations. I keep hearing this song. It's a chant with Shakina. I'm going to look it up and see if I can send you guys the name in the email with the replay. So I'm going to go play with that. Thank you so much for being here with me and being a part of my rebirth in this moment. There is always such a joy, such a pleasure, such an incredible experience when we come together. I like to do these live because we're in the moment and you're here and we're all being a part of the creation. So thank you, and please let me know how else I can be of service as you accept light. I'm feeling so radiant. I'm just feeling like, whoa, it's just gold light and silver light and yumminess all around. Thanks everybody. Namaste.